If you are starting to have some questions when it comes to Dogecoin, can it spike again? Will anything happen in the future? You certainly are not the first to start to think that, and you certainly will not be the last. But the good news here is that consistently over history, Dogecoin has proven over and over again that the second the doubters start to creep up to a level that we worry about, the second that it starts to look more glim for the future of Dogecoin, and people start to wonder if it will in fact be going to the moon, both metaphorically and also literally speaking, that is when is the best time to look at Dogecoin as a viable investment option, because when others are doubting, that's when you want to be accumulating. When others are scared, that's when you want to be taking risks and attempting to make huge profits from Doge. And if you are doing that at this current point in time, you may have to absorb a little bit more of a bump first, but holding long term will almost guarantee you some insane excitement when it comes to Dogecoin. And today is a prime example of a huge factor, huge arm of that excitement, which is Elon Musk and all of the incredible cool things that he is doing. As you come in to live, make sure you are pressing the like button right now. Also, if you're new to the channel, before we get into what's happening with Elon Musk, make sure that you are staying up to date by subscribing with the notifications on, because if Bitcoin passes this blue line right here, I'm going to explain a little bit later on in the show exactly what this means, why it's so important, but if it passes that blue line, it will mean some huge and potentially bad, I'll go ahead and be honest about things, for Bitcoin as a whole. So make sure to subscribe with notifications on so I can let you know exactly when Bitcoin passes below that blue line if you would like to stay up to date on it. Keep in mind, once it happens, you may have minutes to make your move because other people will be watching this too. So notifications extremely important for this week, especially since Bitcoin is so close to that blue line. And I'm gonna explain more about what the blue line means, why it's so important in just a second here. But before we get to that, let's take a look at this, which is pretty dang incredible. Elon Musk says Dogecoin is better to buy things than Bitcoin. A big article coming out from CNBC, and this is in regards to his time picking of being the person of the year. Elon Musk now the 2021 person of the year, which is definitely extremely exciting on a number of levels. Now, I like Elon Musk, it's fun to see that, but what we like even more potentially as a Dogecoin community is seeing him talk about Dogecoin in a very positive way and explain why Bitcoin is not the future when it comes to cryptocurrency and Dogecoin is instead. Now, we all want to see Bitcoin doing well just simply because it has this big pull in the market and also because it's the OG. We all most likely have a little bit of money in Bitcoin. It certainly helps the entire crypto market when Bitcoin's doing well, but at the same time, when it comes to actually pushing a cryptocurrency that can be used and has a use case as with buying things, then Dogecoin is that option. Elon Musk is very clear about how he believes that in a very serious but also kind of fun way. He's not going to stop anywhere near where he's stopping now. He's continuing over and over again to show do not underestimate him. And if you're wondering, is it a good time to underestimate Elon Musk? Let's go ahead and take a look at the history of what he's done. By the way, if you just came into live, it is right now Monday at 11:36, so we need all of the likes that we can possibly have on this live to get as many people in as possible. One like equals one new person coming in. One new person could be a new person that joins our community, makes our community stronger, and helps Dogecoin massively, helps cryptocurrency as a whole massively as we move forward. If you Google Bitcoin halving cycle, it says it will last May and the next one is early 2024. Thoughts on that? So I do see what you're talking about, but no, we're probably not going to have to wait until 2024 to see the next leg up. It certainly is going to be the type of situation where if it doesn't happen all the way until 2024 is going to be a huge year for Bitcoin and for cryptocurrency as a whole. But the whole point of this is now people are starting to get educated. And if people know it's coming, people are going to want to buy in early. If people know that company acceptance, that Apple, that Tesla, that Microsoft, that all the big tech giants are seriously looking into cryptocurrency right now, then they're not going to want to wait all the way until 2024 to do it. Look at that. We instantly got 40 new people in as we had 40 like button pressages. By the way, if we can get up to 500 likes in this video, we will do a massive to the moon. Now, unfortunately, this comes at a time when Dogecoin has fallen some. Now, we're going to recognize that. I did say on my recent show that we may see Dogecoin falling to around 14 or so cents before it does hopefully level off and then go up. It may fall a tiny bit below that, but we're not going to see Dogecoin falling too far, almost certainly. It's extremely unlikely that will happen. And we also have the high upside that's still in every single day, because at any point, this market can just absolutely go crazy. At any point, we can have a big announcement that sets it completely completely off. So that's why if you sell your Dogecoin right now, you're taking that risk that the rocket could take off without you. But you also may want to try to time it a little bit. That's another option that some people are doing, just very, very, very difficult to do. And if you do miss it, you're going to be like, wait, so you're telling me I tried to time a couple cents of a move and then missed out on the rocket because of that I've been waiting for an entire year, or however long you've been in Dogecoin, maybe multiple years. Who the heck knows how long you've been Dogecoin for? But that's not exactly what people are wanting to do. Here is how Elon Musk became the richest person in the world. Now, they said richest private citizen, which I don't know what that means. I mean, richest private citizen, no, he's the richest human being, unless you're trying to count Vlad over there in Russia. Maybe you could do that, but not really. I mean, there's not enough clear evidence. I've looked into it that he has more money than these other dudes at the top, but some people say he does. Not enough evidence for me. We'll say Elon Musk's the richest person. Vlad, sorry, you tried. You did not win here. So Elon Musk, he started off with Zip in 1999, Zip2, and sold it for a huge amount. Musk pocketed $22 million from that, and then moved on, and you see PayPal from that whole transaction. Then he moved on Solar City as well in 2006. That was a huge company that Elon Musk played a role in. His cousins as well playing a big role in Solar City. Then Tesla right here, obviously the big kahuna, 1.02 trillion, founded in 2003. It took Elon Musk from 2003 until now for it to be a $1 trillion company. This is not necessarily always going to be a fast process, but underestimating Elon Musk has continued with all these companies over and over and over again, proven to be a bad idea, even if it takes them a little bit longer than expected to achieve some of these things. SpaceX right here, founded, value of $100 billion, founded in 2002. That one also took a long time to get to $100 billion. The Boring Company, that was founded more recently, 2016, also could be a big company soon, already valued at $920 million, which is still massive for a company that still hasn't even really gotten under the ground yet. You see what I did there? Not off the ground, under the ground yet. Well, they have some, but not to a large extent. And Neuralink, Musk co-founded Neuralink in 2016, and that one's now worth $500 million. All of these are huge companies by any normal standards, but to Elon Musk, a $500 million company is tiny. OpenAI as well, founded in 2015 with the goal of developing artificial intelligence. So he has not founded a new major company in a while. One is coming soon though, I'll tell you that. But with Dogecoin and all of these companies and all of these connections, the most influential person in the business world by a large margin, Time Person of the Year, we have a huge advantage of having him on our side, and he is nowhere near done with his plans and what he's going to do for Dogecoin, for cryptocurrency. You can also see this. This is a pretty crazy chart. This is the real-time billionaire boom chart. Warren Buffett in 2020, $68 billion. Come on, you could have had one more billion and had a better number there, but that's okay. 2021, he's worth $105 billion. Mark Zuckerberg, $55 billion in 2020, now $118 billion. Not a bad gain at all. Bill Gates, $98 billion. 1 year later, $139 billion. Then Jeff Bezos, $113 billion, now $198 billion. But Elon Musk, from $25 billion all the way to $266 billion in a single year. I mean, that's insane stuff. And that goes to show you how fast your life can change, how fast you can have a small amount turn into a large amount, even though it's not going to be almost certainly on the same scale as Elon Musk. It doesn't have to be for you to have all of your dreams financially come to life and become a millionaire. Even some people watching right now are going to become a billionaire, most likely. Well, maybe not most likely. There's definitely a chance that it could happen. I would not be surprised. Elon Musk will surprise the world. Coming in from Leonardo Mendoza, I 100% agree with that. And I also don't want to make it seem like we're too reliant on Elon Musk for Dogecoin spikes, because we've seen in the past the Dogecoin community can cause some of these without even having Elon Musk be a part of them. Now, yes, he's a huge role in the future, but it does not all stem through Elon Musk. If Elon Musk decided he didn't want to be part of the Dogecoin community, it would definitely have a big setback. It would hurt, but he's not going to do that, first of all. And second of all, even if he did, Dogecoin would still find a way to win big in the end. There's no question about that. The use case is still there. The end goal, the community, none of that is going away. You can see this. This article shows as well 90% of Bitcoin supply has now been mined. And we're going to get to another update on Dogecoin in a second here. But 4 other cryptos as well that were talked about here. But with 90% being mined, that just goes to show you how far we are from the end goal here when it comes to mining all of Bitcoin, which will happen around 2140 the year. So it'll be a while before all of them are mined, but at 90%, only 10% left. And you see how big of an industry it is. You see how many people are making money from it with just that small percentage. It kind of worked out well, right? Because each year we see the price of Bitcoin, for the most part, going up as we see the amount in circulation going down. And it also becomes more valuable to mine each one, even though it's harder to mine because there's less in circulation. So it's kind of crazy how that works, even though it makes sense, logically speaking. Some smart design there with Bitcoin and mining, even though we wish that Bitcoin had a little bit more of a well-rounded currency angle, but that's where Dogecoin comes in. It does provide that well-rounded currency angle that we do not see nearly as much from BTC. And when we talk about Bitcoin and the chart, let's go ahead and go into this line here. You can see here, the blue line is right now the 200-day average, and the green line is the 50-day average for Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin, the price of it goes below the 200-day average, as you can see right there on this white line, then that is cause for concern, because oftentimes then the 50-day average will go down too. We saw Bitcoin falling from around 40,000 to 30,000 after passing below that blue line. A lot of people say this is the big bad cross when the green line passes the blue line. Well, no, that's if you want to be late. If you want to be early, if we see it passing the blue line, that's when we should have some concern that Bitcoin right now, look how close it is to the blue line, it could fall to around 35 to 40,000 in that range. And technically speaking, this chart would show it falling a little bit less than that, maybe to around 45 or 40 or so thousand in that range. But still, it could certainly fall a little bit lower, and that's what I'm expecting to happen if we do see it crossing that line. So make sure you're subscribing with notifications on, because I will let you know as quickly as I can if it does cross that line. And if it does, that is normally oftentimes a signal to take some profits on a Bitcoin. And so I'm not saying necessarily it's 100% going to happen, because no one knows for sure. So that's why I would never give away all my exposure and sell all of my crypto. It's never going to happen. But sometimes I do take profits on cryptos like Bitcoin when there are things like this in the market that you're watching and paying attention to, because last time it happened, we saw what was next this time as well. And you have to remember too, if you're going to try to time this, you're going to want to find that low point as well, which is hard to do. But when it passes back above the green line, then that's another time when you can be optimistic. So there we go. A couple of Bitcoin chart things that are important. Matt, COC, when do you think it will launch this year? How long do you think it will start generating profit? I really don't think we're far out. From what I'm hearing from the devs, we are very close to this being one of the biggest projects in terms of reshaping the entire crypto space. So I'm extremely excited about COC. Cannot wait for it to go to the moon, and Dogecoin to the moon as well. I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.